This would never have happened on my watch. Ah, my lord, it's good to see that the Sith haven't let things slide. Not like the rest of this circus of an empire. First, it's slave rebellions in the jungle. Then this. We wouldn't have allowed these kinds of things 30 years ago.
Could you try to explain things from the beginning?
I was sent to this construction site to investigate unusual behavior among the droids. I wasn't here long when one of the units attacked me. I barely escaped with my life. But worse than that, I found this transmitter on the droid.
What exactly does this have to do with me?
It's apathy that's destroying this empire from the inside out. I warned my superiors what would happen if they continued to be lax about this planet's security. Someone, an independent interest, a rogue Sith Lord, is using these droids to broadcast Cast City's schematics to an off-planet location.
When I find whoever is behind this, they will learn what becomes of those who cross the Sith.
I hope you do. But with all respect, I think it's important that we stop the outgoing flow of information first. We need to get those transmitters. If we can remove enough of them from the droids, it'll make the data they're sending unintelligible. The sooner we get those transmitters out, the better. This information can't end up in the hands of our enemies. Already? And you have the transmitters?
Don't act too surprised. I think you had no faith in me.
You're right. I owe you thanks. If you'll give me a moment, I'll upload the data to High Command and we'll see what's what. This is worse than I ever would have imagined. Lord Grathan's behind this. He has to be.
What are you railing on about? Tell me.
He's covered his tracks well. We won't be able to prove it, but Lord Grathan has been sending security codes and planetary readouts off-world. Everything an invading army would need. Major Shellister is already en route to the probable invasion site with every soldier he can find. They'll meet you just across the bridge. Hurry.
Can you sense it, my lord? Something out there? I wish it were in my head, but I know it's real. Please excuse me. It's these long nights, excavating relics near the Dark Temple. I'm Major Swain Lothar, Imperial Reclamation Service. My team uncovered several significant artifacts at a nearby dig. That's when things started going wrong.
That's not fear I smell, is it?
I lead dig teams. That's all I'm trained for. First, it was strange noises from the temple, then figures lurking nearby. My team didn't like it, but I told them to push on. Now they're days overdue, and I owe a report to Lord Duan. But I can't go out there. I need someone to find them, make sure the artifacts make it.
I don't have a weak stomach.
Wish I could say the same for myself. My team's still in those caves. Whatever's happened, please bring those relics to Lord Duan. He's overseeing a small camp by the Dark Temple.
Major Shellister, Captain Eisen asked me to come by. He was under the impression we were being invaded.
Captain Eisen was right. Paranoia paid off. Over the last 3 days, a series of transmissions left Drummond Cast and were received by ships orbiting a nearby asteroid. These transmissions contained safe landing coordinates for the planet's surface and security codes to bypass the orbital defenses.
Are we at war? Have the Jedi finally landed?
Even the Jedi don't have the temerity to attack Drummond Cast itself. Several hours ago, small shuttles built to avoid sensor detection began to land and deliver troops to the planet's surface. These troops are brutal alien mercenaries of the exiled Lord Titonus. Students of Sith politics will remember she was the rebel who declared her own kingdom on Begarin.
There's a very simple solution to this problem. Lots of blood.
It seems a foregone conclusion. Lord Titonus has judged her timing perfectly. With so many of our forces off-planet, it is possible she could take Cast City if she lands her entire mercenary army. We must stop her shuttles from landing and beat back her forces. I've thrown every resource I have down there already. Now it's up to you.
I've only a moment to rest. Those things from the Dark Temple are attacking again. Jez thinks they're drawn to the artifacts. I bet he's right. They went berserk the second we packed everything up to leave. It's time to make a stand. If those crazies want our relics, they'll have to kill us first.
I've sent 3 separate expeditions into the Dark Temple. Not one has returned. I can't say for sure what's going on, but people who go in there, they don't come back.
And here I thought bravery was a requirement for the Imperial military.
Maybe if you think being scared of something that kills Sith is unreasonable. You can survive the Dark Temple. I beg you to do me, and more importantly, the Empire, a favor. The expeditions I sent in were looking for specific data. I can spare the manpower, they were slaves mostly, but the data is essential.
You don't have the authority to give me orders.
You're absolutely right. But please consider that you'll be doing a valuable service for the Empire, and you'll be extremely well rewarded. All I'm asking is for you to find the data the expedition collected. If all you find is bodies, bring back their data pads. This information is vital to future construction on Droman Kaas. Please help.
If I can spare the time.
I'll mark the location the expedition last signaled from on your map. It's the best I can do.
At last, the Dark Council has answered my petitions and sent a fine young Sith to help secure the temple.
I'm just here to check the plumbing.
Of course, I've been ignored again. How stupid of me. If you're here, however, you must have the authority to enter the Dark Temple. You could still save this planet.
What are you babbling about, old man?
You're a brave one, aren't you? Or is it that you sense my weakness? But not everything grows weaker with age. The Dark Temple is ancient, built during a previous incarnation of our Empire. 1,000 years ago, our own Emperor buried his enemies here. These enemies remain powerful, even in death, which is why the temple was sealed. But now, something terrible has happened.
I don't like where this is leading.
With the Emperor's attention elsewhere, a group of ambitious but ignorant Sith thought to gain power by raiding the temple. They didn't find the relics they sought. Instead, they awoke an ancient Sith Lord, Lord Calig, and their expedition plunged into madness.
If I go in, will I go mad too?
Not necessarily. Many of the troops sent in after were simply slaughtered. Because Lord Calig died by ambush, I believe he awakened unaware of his own death, and his expectations became reality for those around him. His power overwhelmed all inside the temple, and even now the workers plot wars against each other, believing themselves Sith Lords, and drawing terrible power from Calig himself.
Yawn.
You are lucky I have no other to turn to in this dark time. There are still more ancient Sith Lords whose spirits lay dormant in the temple. If the ancient Sith Lords are woken by the violence within, they could overrun Droman Kaas.
Maybe that won't happen.
We're not going to be saved by optimism, young one. I have studied all of the burial chambers within. Each was made with the same ancient design, one we can exploit. If you fuse the 500-kilogram hinges on each tomb door, even a violent assault should not be able to wake the ancients.
I don't see why I should bother.
There is nobody else. Imagine the glory, being the one who prevented the Emperor's greatest enemies from rising. The team I sent in earlier was using a massive metal torch, effective but slow, I'm afraid. They did not make it far. The torch must be recovered, and the doors of the ancients sealed. Do you dare approach the great nil-venerous Lord of the Sith, Master of the Undying Darkness? Answer me. What insolence brings you to this place, slave?
You don't look like a Sith Lord, and you wear a slave collar.
What? You're not afraid of me? You aren't a mindless puppet like the rest of them? I don't understand.
I still have my senses, but someone here is out of his.
You're right. I was out of my senses. But not anymore. I was part of an expedition sent by the Empire to measure strange activity in the Dark Temple. But soon after we entered, we all became different people. I became the mighty Lord Venerus, and the others became my obedient followers and servants.
Could you try to explain things from the beginning?
We were gathering data for the Empire, and then we were all suddenly possessed. It's strange that you seem to be unaffected. In fact, it's strange to find you here at all.
I thought the Imperials gave up sending people in here.
What exactly are you doing here?
I'm doing a vital service to the Empire.
So, the Imperials haven't given up on getting their precious data, after all. This is lucky. You see, ever since I came to my senses, I've been worried that my followers will begin to doubt my leadership. I can't lose my power, I can't go back to being a slave. But maybe we can help each other.
It wouldn't be hard for me to eliminate you and your followers.
Well, I guess that's true. Except I'm the only one who can make all the others turn in their data. All I ask is that you find the symbols of Lord Venerus's power. They were looted from his tomb by the people possessed by Venerus's enemies. The symbols will help me reinforce my followers' belief in me, lock them in their dream.
I make no guarantees.
Be careful. Venerus's old enemies will put up a good fight. My network of spies reports that you crushed my enemies underfoot and found the symbols of power I requested.
Just give me the data so I can leave this place.
I had not forgotten. I, too, have been very busy. Here is the data my servants collected before the temple transformed them. Let the Empire make of it what they will.
Enjoy your empire, while it lasts.
Actually, that reminds me. There's one last itty-bitty little thing you can do. You see, power is useless without subjects. So, I'd be grateful, when you turn in the data, you'd encourage the Imperials to send more expeditions my way.
You're really every bit as conniving as the real thing, you know that?
Yes. I do think I've finally found my true calling. I can assure you, my gratitude if you send more slaves to be my followers will not be insubstantial.
Enter and hear me. You mustn't kneel. I would gain no satisfaction from it. So, you've finally found our hidden temple. It's long since time. The followers of the Dark Path battle my forces, and your cruelty is needed.
This temple isn't exactly hidden. There's a path from Kar City.
Do you mock me? No one finds this temple nor this planet by accident, nor without my approval, for I am Lord Farshal. I oversaw this temple's construction, and I have ruled the jungle ever since. Now you will serve me.
You look more like a workman than a Sith.
My robes and helm were won in battle against Lord Vacuous. My lightsaber burns with the light of a star, and you dare question me? Now do as I require, and the riches of the temple will be yours. The teachings of the Dark Path lured my apprentice and Yara away, but I will have her back. You will retrieve her from the temple depths.
I don't understand. What's the Dark Path?
How can you not know? The other Dark Lords founded the Path to lure away my students. I do not know how my rivals reached my apprentice, but I know where she went. The Dark Path hides near here. Kill the followers of the Dark Path. Fight your way to their altar, and Yara must confront you. Do this, or be punished by my power.
I don't believe you have any power.
Doubt no longer. Witness a demonstration of my strength. Now you have seen the power of a Dark Lord of the Sith. Now we are finished.
You may be Sith, but something's very strange here.
The followers of the Dark Path are not far. Go, and I will await you.
My internal chronometer tells me it has been exactly 963 years since this hologram was made. Have the Sith truly lived in fear of me for so long?
Who are you?
I am, or was, Kenneth a born Sith and follower of the Force. Like so many before me, I challenged the Emperor and was buried in this temple. Fortunately, I had just enough time to make this, an interactive image that would transmit my secrets to whomever was bold enough to find my tomb and unlock it.
Am I supposed to care?
You should. Your whole society has been misled. The way of the Sith lies in channeling the Force through the use of powerful emotions. Fear is the chief of these. The Sith feed on palpable dread.
Is there a point in all of this?
As I discovered, no great knowledge comes without great patience. Fear gives temporary power, and passion is easily manipulated. Real strength in the Force comes when one is no longer afraid, and one can purge fear when one stops grasping after power, after things, after life itself, and allows the Force to guide him. There is only the Force.
You're weak and a fool.
My peers obviously did not think so. They considered my teachings dangerous. What I learned only lives on through this image and its device. Yet I am one with the Force, eternal and at peace. Take them. Take my teachings to the Sith. They will find power there, but a different kind. Not of darkness, but light.
These heresies must be destroyed.
Then do so. Strike out against knowledge and see what comes of it. If you destroy these teachings, the light does not go out. Remember, fear is not the only way.
Stay back! I don't know you. You aren't of the dark path. You whispers to me, tells me to go back to Lord Farshall, that I belong to Farshall, but it's wrong. Something's wrong.
You're coming with me.
Where are we going? Outside. I remember, is there a city outside? I was someone else. Before I came to the temple, I was powerful, I was Sith. But she keeps saying I'm an apprentice. Just an apprentice. And I hate her, but my hate isn't making me strong enough.
Remember the Sith code. Focus on the words.
Yes. Through passion, I gain strength. Through victory, my chains are broken. The Force shall free me. She says she's Anyara. She says we serve Farshall. She says there's no city out there, just jungle. Tell me who's right. Am I the temple apprentice Anyara, or is she lying? Is the city outside real?
Lord Farshall wants Anyara, so that's who you are.
Anyara, I understand. Thank you. Thank you. I was confused. Strange. I ran from Lord Farshall, but my place isn't with the Dark Path, it's by his side.
I thought I was crazy.
I apologize. I was with Farshall, and I started thinking. I remembered a different life. I remembered coming inside the temple from... Enough. I will think about it no longer. I must return to my master. I'll leave you to your business. But know that Farshall will reward you for what you've done.
Next time, don't look to me.
I will not need your aid again. Be wary of the Dark Path, and of any others you meet.
Ah, you have done well. Very well, in fact. Anyara returned to me, bearing news of what happened. You were wise to set her mind to rights and free her from the Dark Path.
I still have a lot of questions for you.
As you wish. But first, there is another matter. I promised you a reward for your assistance, and I have riches to spare. Take what I have and revel in it. Now, unless there is anything else, I must marshal my forces against the Dark Path.
Tell me how you and the others got here.
I came to Drummond Cast with the colonists, of course. We built the temple in the jungle, and yet there is something strange. Something presses at my mind. I remember life in a city beyond the temple walls. The city does not exist, but I remember it. I remember being a simple man of tools and strength, not Sith, a servant to the Sith. But these delusions pass.
Maybe you're going crazy.
You overstep your bounds. I know who I am. I am Lord Farshall, builder of the temple. I have answered your questions, and we are finished here. Begone.
nightmare. I am still too weak to leave, but I knew if I made myself enough of a nuisance, you would eventually come. The Sith throw flesh endlessly at what they cannot control. And here you are, blood of my blood. Here you are.
What are you talking about?
Ah, you don't know me. Has our family fallen so far that the son of my sons does not know the name of Calig, the name so long revered in the annals of the Sith?
You are my descendant. By how many generations I do not know. But know this, your strength in the Force has awakened me from my stupor.
I thought I was crazy.
Do not mock me, child. You do not even begin to understand who you are dealing with. When the weaklings of this planet trespassed my tomb, I rose, resuming my former life. This temple became my kingdom, and I was once more a lord of the Sith. But when you first grasped the hilt of your lightsaber, I knew my hour had come and gone. That your strength, not mine, would return our family to glory.
But I'm a former slave.
That is my shame. I was once one of the greatest lords of the Sith. If I'd been wiser, I could have secured my family's greatness. But I let down my guard and was betrayed by a man called Tulak Hord, whom I trusted as a friend.
I places amins wajhais fools. Gawandida seek from Tauhans.
Ha! Your master is dead, beast. You serve the child of Calig now. Flesh of my flesh, you should teach your servant to obey.
Do not interrupt again, or there will be no feeding for you for a long time.
Taupain aipain, karahita bawarp.
Good. You must not take obedience for granted. In restoring our bloodline to glory, you must not make the same mistake. Treachery is the Sith's endless game. You must win it.
Don't worry about me.
Beware your master. Beware your apprentice. Never be taken by surprise. Do these things, and you will be unstoppable. But you have not come to see me. You have come for the artifact I managed to wrest from Tulak Hord before he died. Take the artifact, but be careful. I know not what it does. Only that betrayal follows it everywhere.
When betrayal shows up, I'll kill it.
If only all things were so simple. Keep your eyes open. I hunger for the day when our power will be restored. We will meet again.
Do you have the artifact yet?
You wouldn't want to spoil the surprise now, would you?
Oh. You're teasing me, apprentice. Hurry back to Scotia's. I mean, my chambers. I have a surprise for you.
I love surprises.
Trust me, you'll love it. Now hurry back with the artifact. I can't wait.
Ah, the only thing more powerful than the Dark Temple. Any luck getting that data?
Here's your data, as promised.
Hey, you actually came through. Can't say I was expecting that. Can't say it's not a relief. Now we can finally stop sending expeditions in there, wasting all those slaves who should be building monuments to the Empire.
Actually, I think data like this calls for more expeditions.
Had a look at it, did you? Well, it's not really my call to make, but I'll forward your recommendation to my superiors.
I'm sure they'll see the wisdom of my suggestion.
I'm sure they will. Now, our business is done here. Goodbye then, and thanks for the data. Your service to the Empire will not be forgotten.
Your archaeologist team is dead. Killed for the relics they uncovered. I have them now.
Interesting. The Dark Temple's presence continues to surprise and fascinate. I'll quarantine the artifacts for future study. A shame we lost the whole team. At least it wasn't a total loss. After all, we got what we came for.
Just make sure people know who helped you.
I'll tell the Reclamation Service to name a hallway after you. Whatever secrets these pieces hide, we'll find them. Thank you.
You're back. I hope you sealed the chambers of the Ancients, Keleth Ur's chamber especially. I'm terrified to think what would happen if Keleth Ur and his crazed ideas were to re-emerge.
Keleth Ur was nobody. Some Sith who turned light side.
Do not underestimate the power of the light which eternally seeks to destroy us. Keleth Ur's secrets have been contained along with the other Ancients. You have done well.
Fantastic, apprentice. You're just in time for my surprise. Since you left for the Dark Temple, I've been reading and reading and reading. Scotia's chambers are a treasure trove of research. Now, who would have thought a man like that had such a curious intellect? It almost makes me regret that we had to kill him. But I digress. I trust you were successful in the Dark Temple?
Did you expect otherwise?
Of course not. But tell me, how did you manage to pacify the apparition?
Well, first I took a magnet, and then a chance cube.
Fair enough. Your secrets are your own. I, however, will not be so guarded. I've been studying Tulak Horde's artifacts closely for some time, and one glance at this one you've brought back confirms everything I've suspected. These artifacts will change everything, apprentice. You especially. They will make you more powerful than you could imagine. I have foreseen it.
Let me guess. You've been dreaming again.
Always and ever. This artifact is one of 5 that together describe a peculiar ritual used by the great Tulak Horde when he conquered the Drummond system. Until I have all the artifacts, I cannot understand the full nature of the ritual, but I have foreseen that you alone will wield the ritual's power. The artifacts are scattered across the galaxy, some hidden by Tulak Horde himself, and some wrenched from his hands by betrayers. Documents and Scotia's effects point to Balmora and Nar Shaddaa, but I will need to do more research to locate the other 2.
Seems I'm always stuck serving others.
Nonsense. You are doing this for yourself, apprentice. I have foreseen the power you will gain. But first, I believe I mentioned a surprise earlier. If you're going to find these artifacts, you'll need a ship, and so I have ordered you one. All you need to do is pick it up.
About time I got something for all my hard work.
Yes, you've earned it. You'll find your ship at the spaceport. Then, the galaxy is yours to explore. Don't forget to contact me when you reach each planet for more information on the artifacts' locations. Good luck, and good hunting.
Ababarna habens, Glaubena, ni in usakwai, usiterens apipao.
Greetings.
I am 2VR8, factotum droid for this vessel. You must be my new master. Gentle, kind new master.
So I get a starship and a servant, too. Not bad at all.
I am relieved, pleased that you find me agreeable. I will never disappoint you, Master. I am programmed for a wide array of tasks, including but not limited to meal preparation, ship maintenance, janitorial duty, and etiquette. Welcome aboard this Fury-class Imperial Interceptor. A versatile craft combining a starfighter's maneuverability with armament to rival larger military vessels. You'll find all of the standard amenities, including your own private captain's locker for storing valuables. The astrogation console contains a constantly updated map of the known galaxy. Interstellar communications are accessed via the ship's holoterminal. Priority alerts that you may find useful are available from the Imperial HoloNet console. Lastly, the ship's intercom will inform your crew that you wish to issue new orders. Any questions, Master?
Stop selling me the ship and stay out of my way.
I promise to limit all future conversation to essential information. Premature deactivation is not one of my directives. I regret I am unable to offer you combat support, Master. Frankly, my chassis couldn't withstand the stress. However, should any errands arise that are beneath your superior status, please do not hesitate to call upon me. I function to serve you. Whenever you are ready to depart, consult the galaxy map on your bridge. It will program the proper astrogation coordinates and activate the engines.
Commander Pyrule, my lord. If you possess a ship, I could certainly use your talents. The Republic grows bolder. Their attack squadrons ambush Imperial targets and disappear into open space. We're struggling to compete.
What exactly does this have to do with me?
These attacks weaken our grip on the galaxy. In that respect, they weaken you, too. I've scrambled the Cast 23rd and Dreadwing, but it's not enough. We're forming an exclusive response squadron, the Empire's Fury. With a Sith of your power leading the squadron, we'd crush the Republic in record time.
Time for you to see what a Sith can do.
Fantastic, my lord. Your call sign will be Rage. Uploading mission data to your ship now. You'll work alone, while the rest of the squadron assists throughout the galaxy. Strike with fury. Strike for the Empire.